Hello, and welcome to the first video in our Path of Exile guide series. So in this series, the main thing we're going to be doing is going over a whole lot of things. Like we're going to be going over loot filters, we're going to be going over the shop, and bank space and everything. And loot, what's worth picking up and what's worth leaving behind, and a whole bunch of enter recipes and everything. And we're pretty much going to be simulating like as if it was a brand new account, so as if we don't have any bank spaces. And actually, since the stash sale is on, we might actually simulate something as if you're going to spend money on the game. Maybe what kind of stash types you might want. So what we're going to do is just log in here. They're going to probably be deleting everything. So we're gonna be showing you a whole bunch of information along the way too. We're not gonna be like rushing through the acts. We're not gonna be completing the campaign in like 4 to 6 hours or something. We're gonna be going slower and pretty much like trying to explain everything as we go along the way. So we're gonna be doing pretty much when you first log in, you might come to this screen. Or it might just auto select the Necropolis League here. It might just tell you to select a character actually. So when you're at this screen, what I recommend doing is just hitting the back button. Then I think you can create character here, and then this will bring up this screen here. So I think that there's a challenge league that happens every 4 months. It's like every 4 months there's going to be a new league, and there's going to be new mechanics and a whole bunch of rebalancing. There's going to be new skill gems and new items, whole bunch of things every 4 months. As well as there's also the standard league here, which after the league is over, everything gets transferred to the standard league, and then the next league starts fresh again. And there's also this like solo self-add mode. So this isn't unlocked by default. Pretty much what you have to do if you want to play solo self-found, you have to just go through the game once up to Act 3. They just have to release the Scion. Then you might be able to actually select the solo self-found mode. You might actually have to complete Act 3, so you might as well just go defeat the Act 3 boss. But that's the first thing. How to unlock solo self-found. When you first create your account, you might not have this active. So if you're hoping to play solo self-found, don't get your hopes up. You're gonna have to go through the game once at least to Act 3. As well, the next thing we're going to show you is how to reset your progress, which we're going to be doing for this series. So if you want to start from scratch, we're going to need to reset our progress here. So they do give you a way to completely reset your progress. Like the first way is you can just play the standard league or the current challenge league that's happening. And if you start like a solo self-found journey, that would be completely start from scratch, and it's completely different from your non-solo self-found journey. As well as you can make like a hardcore character, that's also separate from that, so that would be completely independent. As well as you make like a hardcore solo self-found. So there's 4 different game modes, that you can actually play here. And each of them is separate, so you can have your like challenge league. Then you can have your challenge league solo self-found. Then you can have your hardcore league. Then you got a hardcore solo self-found. As well as your standard league, and your standard hardcore, and your standard hardcore solo self-found, and your standard solo self-found. So there's a whole bunch of different ways to start fresh, but a good way to do it is if you've been playing a lot of the league already, and you've already been playing solo self-found, something you can do is reset your solo self-found progress. So what we're going to be doing is we have our characters here. We have a hardcore solo self-found character. Oh, looks like we just left the level 5 style left here. We've been playing hardcore solo self-found for a little bit. We got a whole bunch of things in our bank. We got a whole bunch of currency stocked up here. Got like a couple of unique items that we had on the Ranger. Oh, we actually deleted them. We have a whole bunch of items here in our bank. And if we want to completely start from scratch again, the easiest way to do it is to just migrate everything to the standard league. So as you can see, we have like all these things filled up. We have a bunch of things in our bank, and we have progress. If you were already at maps and you do the atlas, that would be reset. Like all of your crafting recipes, all your crafting recipes would be reset. So you have to get all your crafting recipes again. Anything with a heist would be reset. You'd have to do all the heist stuff again. So it basically resets absolutely everything. So to do that, right, we have all the stuff here. We just go to character selection here. And if we have a hardcore solo self-found Acropolis League here, it does also work for the standard. So if you have like a standard solo self-found, or if you have a standard hardcore solo self-found, you can reset those two the same way. We're resetting the Acropolis solo self-found leagues. So if you go here, we select our hardcore solo self-found. We click the migrate all button. So if you click this, what it's going to do, it's going to migrate everything, including all your items, your stash tabs, your hideouts, your masters, your atlas state, and everything else. Pretty much every single thing. If you click this migrate all button, everything is reset, and you just lost everything. So we're going to be doing that for the softcore solo self-found league too. So just click here, just migrate all. So what we have now is a completely fresh start in the hardcore solo self-found. And we have a completely fresh start in the softcore solo self-found. So we always play hardcore a lot, and I guess the one problem with hardcore is that you're pretty much stuck to specific builds, and in my mind, you pretty much need armor. If you don't have armor, you're basically dead. So every single one of our characters always has armor. Something we wanted to do was maybe play softcore solo self-found, especially if we're making this series and everything. If we like die later or something, we're like, oh sorry, we died, we have to level up our character again. If it was like act 9 or something, or if it was act 10, which that's happened before, we've gone to act 10, the level 66 area. They were farming that area, and then the crystals built up, and then we didn't move, and then we killed him, and then he killed us, and then it was back from act 10 to just before the boss, up to act 1 again. So anything could happen. As well, it's like I was saying, we always go with armor since we're hardcore. Something we wanted to do with softcore is maybe it would open up more build possibilities. So it's like if you're like the crop solo self-found softcore, they would just create this character here. If we make a witch, if we were to make her, she'd be like armor energy shield. We wanted to try is like a pure energy shield witch, and we also wanted to venture into like evasion energy shield, which we never do. So there's basically like 3 different elements too. It's like if you want to be a lightning source, you're gonna be pure it. If you want to be a fire sorceress, you're gonna be strength it. If you want to be a cold sorceress, you're gonna have to be dexterity at it. So you're gonna have to switch to those depending on what element you want to use, which you find later once you get to the Act 3 there. So what we're gonna do is just, I thought we were going to delete most of our stuff here, right? Our characters. So we don't need these characters here anymore. So might as well delete these ones. It's pretty much like a completely fresh start, except for this 71 witch that we have here. This level 55 Templars are only 2 characters. Did we delete our Ranger? We deleted everything. It's supposed to be a completely fresh start here. So we're going to do, now that we explained all that stuff, we're going to create a new character here. The crop S, solo self-found. And then we're going to start with a witch. So there's going to be a specific reason for that. So there's blue skill gems. There's like blue sockets. The witch is just going to be pure blue. So if you just go through, you're just going to be searching for the energy shield, just for your blue sockets, that's it. And then if we're playing as the Rager, we're going to be searching for blue skill gems, and we're going to be searching for green skill gems, and green sockets, and pure evasion armor. And then for doing the Marauder, we're going to be searching for red skill gems and red sockets and stuff with armor on it. So there's 3 different colors of skill gems. Those are like the 3 basic characters. And then they start mixing them. So it's like if you're doing the Templar, he'd be like red plus green. Or no, it'd be red plus blue, right? Red plus blue skill gems. And then you'd be searching for like a red plus blue armor. So it gets a lot more complicated, right? When you have like 2 different skill gems, you're searching for hybrid armor and everything, trying to get like multiple defenses up. We're going to make it simple. We're going to be starting with the witch. It's just going to be blue gems, that's it. We're just going to focus on intelligence, that's it. There's going to be no armor, no evasion, no defenses. Just a pure intelligence basic witch. So, now we have all that said, we have to figure out our witch's name, right? So what are we going to make it? So, pure it. See if that'll go. Pure it witch. I guess that'll work. Alright, so we finally made our character here. So, we will be skipping all these tutorials here, because they're just going to slow us down here. But something we're going to be doing is getting a loot filter. Yeah, we have a item filter here. So probably get this loot filter out of the way at the beginning of the game. And this first video, we're not going to be doing too much actual gameplay. We're pretty much just going to be talking about getting everything set up here. So we have our first weapon here, the Driftwood Wand. We'll pick it up. And if we want to set up a loot filter, we just have to press the O button to open up our options here. Then go to game. There's a item filter here. What we're going to do is just delete all these item filters. So we're going to start from scratch. So we'll just do that here. Then we'll show you how to set up your item filter. We'll show you how to make your custom one, how to make some changes to it, which is really going to help because they start like hiding items later. Which you don't want them to hide items for your first character, because you'll be missing out like 3 like white items that you need, and a whole bunch of other things. Because yeah, I think after like area level 26 or something, they start hiding 3 like items, and you need those, especially if you're playing hardcore. All right, so what we're gonna do is show you how to set up your loot hit filter here first. So first thing you need to do is Google Path of Exile, and then just go to pathofexile.com here. Just make sure that you're logged into the Path of Exile website. So here's the website here. We go log in, and then once you're logged in, just make sure everything looks right here, right? Like make sure these are the characters on your account. Make sure this is the character that you just made, I guess. Period. Which go. This is the one we just made. So you want to make sure that you're logged into the right account. This is for when you're setting up the loot filter, and when you're going to purchase anything from the store, you want the credit to be sent to the proper account here. Something we're going to be doing next is once you're logged in, we're just going to go to Google and just Google PoE loot filter, and then over here you might find filter blade, which is usually the first one that comes up for us. If it doesn't, it's like filterblade.xyz, or maybe you could Google filter, but this one always comes up at the top when we Google PoE loot filter. So we're going to open this up. Then what you need to do is just sign in here. So there's just a button up here. You click sign in with your PoE. And then I think you just click here, right? Yeah, did you make sure this is your proper account, right? Make sure this is your account, the proper account name, which it should be if you're logged in. And then you just click the authorize button, and then you log in. And now you can create a loot filter. So it's actually really easy. Pretty much all you have to do here. If you go to my filters here, so we're going to be starting from scratch. So what we're going to be doing is just going through and deleting all these loot filters here. Which, once we delete them, we have to go to our profile so that we can delete them here. So if you want to delete your loot filters, you're going to have to delete them here, then delete them in your profile. So we'll be doing that. Then we'll show you how to create a loot filter, and then we'll create from scratch here. So we'll just delete these ones. And we also have some in our folder here that we have to delete. Alright, so we got that done. So what we're gonna do is just go to overview here, which would be the page that you start on. And something that I recommend doing for your first loot filter is making some changes to it. So the first thing would maybe be change this semi-strict down to soft. What this will do is it'll show more items, which is going to be good for like your first playthrough and your first character and everything. So you're going to want to be able to see more items because you're going to need the gear. You're going to need to be able to see it. So that's going to be the first change. Take this from a semi-strict to soft. Then what we're going to do is just save and export. And then we have to come up with a filter name. So what we did was we just named it soft. So that should be good, because if you go to overview here, we got the soft loot filter. So if you just save and export, and then we go soft. And then we save that as our first one. We just go sync and download. And then you can go save and sync. And then create new filter here. And it should upload it directly to your PoE account here. So if you sit here, it says it successfully uploaded it. Now all we have to do is just go and activate it. So if you go back to the game here, when you open up your item filter, usually there's nothing here. But now what has appeared here, we got the soft loot filter. So if we were to drop this wood here, this driftwood wand on the ground, we have a no loot filter. It changes it a little bit. And then we see with the skill gem 2 here. We'll switch it to soft, and then we'll save it. Now we set up our first loot filter, so it was that easy. It doesn't even take that long, right? So we'll come talk to you, and we'll kill this zombie over here. We'll take his fireball. And if you see what the loot filter does, once you actually get to the first boss here, there's like no reason to kill anything here. I mean, maybe you can hit these barrels and these corpses along the way. There's a corpse here. Maybe find some loot. And I guess if you want to, you can kill these guys, but there's usually no reason to. The reason being is that all the good level 1 items actually don't start appearing until area level 4 anyways. So just go through there, pick up your second skill gem here, throw it into your wand, and then just keep following the coast here until you reach the boss here. You shouldn't need any equipment or anything. So sometimes you can go through, clear the whole place, and you don't find anything. Sometimes you might find some armor pieces or anything, but most of the loot's gonna be from this guy here anyways. So you shouldn't be able to go through and take him out. You just have to keep your distance here. Just make sure he doesn't hit you. If you take him out, he should drop you a whole bunch of things here. So if you look at our loot filter here, if you had a no loot filter, this is what it would look like. But with the loot filter on here, these things appear a lot bigger. It helps you decide what should you be picking up here, right? So we got a couple rare items. Then we got a magic item, a couple magic items, a iron hat. Then we got a driftwood wand. So they always give you this secondary weapon. So you're always gonna get this one wand here, your 2 jabs, and you're always gonna get this secondary wand here. And then you get some other random loot. So we got like a helmet here. We're gonna put this on. The good thing about armor is it gives you damage reduction, like a physical damage reduction. It's like without this armor here, we're taking 100% damage. But as soon as we put this on, we get 20% damage reduction. Something you want to do, especially for like a hardcore, is you want to try to get like as much armor as you possibly can. I think. Maybe it doesn't matter as much as on softcore, because we are playing softcore, right? Softcore Acropolis League, yeah. So let's go here. We'll just talk to these people in town here. And then we'll pick a skill gem. So he's going to give you a whole bunch of different skill gems you can choose from here. So what we usually do Is you can close this, any of these skill gem rewards. If you close it or you accidentally close it, you can just talk to him again, and then you can view the reward again. But usually, we would go with the lightning Tetro's ability. But I guess we'll take the first one here, right? 'Cause somebody that you might not know what any of these things do, so you probably just pick the first one. So we'll pick a Freezing Pulse, and this would usually fit into your wand over here. So now we got 3 skill jabs, and we got everywhere to put them. So come talk to you. Then all those skill gems there, you could buy them here. Place you could buy other skill gems. There's cost like a 1 scroll of wisdom. So what we're gonna be doing is purchasing this raise zombie skill gem. And we're gonna be getting that. And then we need a blue socket to be able to hold it. So usually you come here, purchase items. See if there's any good wands for sale. But you usually be looking for armor. So what we're going to be doing is going over here, talking to this person. And you can purchase some armor here if you want it. Usually the scale vest is the best one because it gives armor plus evasion. Yeah, I think that'd be the best one thing. If you can manage to pick up a scale vest for 1 scroll of wisdom, that'd be the best thing you possibly get here. And if it has a blue socket, that's going to help out even more. So out of everything, try to get 1 scale vest here. If you can't get a scale vest, maybe a chainmail vest is alright. Maybe a padded vest is alright. And try to get one with like blue sockets or like high stats on it. So you can hold the Alt button and it'll show it's like max stats. So for the scale vest, you can have between like 27 to 38 in armor and evasion. You just hold the Alt button, and then you can see the stat ranges as well as the item level of it. So it's gonna possibly have like a 38 and it has 37, so it's like a 1 off for being perfect. So once you put that on, that's gonna increase our defense considerably. So that's gonna really help for hardcore, especially. Because now our damage reduction is like 54%, and we have a 20% chance to evade attacks. Just with this one armor piece here. If you manage to find it, maybe a fish scale gauntlets. These give armor plus evasion. They're pretty much the best gloves here. But something else you can look for is you find something like blue, red, and green sockets all linked together. You can buy it. And you can resell it to the store for a profit here if you really want to. There's like nothing else to buy here. Yeah, like this rest of the hatchet here, right? So if you like a extra scroll of wisdom, you don't have anything to spend it on. You get a currency upgrade. So purchase this rest of the hatchet for 1 scroll of wisdom. And it will sell this item. It's like normally, if you sell like a white item, he'll give you 1 scroll fragment. So if you get like 5 of these, you get 1 scroll of wisdom. So essentially it's like trade 5 white items. He'll give you 1 scroll of wisdom. And then for a blue item, oh, it's a 20% quality. That's actually really good. For a blue item, he'll give you like 2 transmutation shards. Which if you collect 10 of these, you'll get a orb of transmutation. Which you can actually sell those for a scroll of wisdom 2 here. It's like every blue item would give you 1 of these. And if you sold these to the vendor, they would give you like 2 scroll fragments. So essentially, a blue item is worth twice as much as a white item. And if we have a rare item here, yeah, he's gonna give you 5 of these things, right? Yeah, 5 of these things. So it just gives you like you could sell this and then sell this, and then just get like 1 scroll of wisdom. So it's just like you trade like 5 white items, or it's just like you trade like 2.5 of these things in. So it does give you like more value depending on the rarity. And if you get something that's like 20% quality, which we happen to get, or if you get like superior items that add up to like 40%. Oh, why did he give us the armor scrap? Supposed to give you armor scrap if it's 20%. But essentially, we're probably going to be doing is going to the bank. We used all of our 3 scroll of wisdom they give you. We have a blue socket for this ray zombie here. We have a whole bunch of armor and everything. If we take this item here, right? If you sell like a white item, he'll just give you the scroll fragment. But if you sell a white item with like all 3 colors and they're linked together, he'll give you a chromatic orb, which is really high on the currency value chart. Like it's way up there compared to all the other things you get for selling things. Like if you come here, you wanted to purchase any of these things, you come purchase Scroll Town Portal. It would cost like 3 Scroll of Wisdom. You also purchase, I think this is the next one, for like 7 Portal Scrolls. You purchase 1 Orb of Transmutation here, which you can get this for trading like 10 magic items. Or if you have like 4 Orb of Transmutation, you can buy an Orb of Augmentation here. So Orb of Augmentation is worth like 4 times as much as a Orb of Transmutation here, right? And then if you wanted to get a Orb of Alteration here, it would cost you 4 Orb of Augmentation. So it's 4 times is more valuable than the Orb of Augmentation. And then they keep going up like that. This is the most expensive one that they allow you to see here, the first shop. Then once you get to Act 2, then you start unlocking the other ones. Pretty much like the other one, it takes this currency, and I think you just need 2 of these. So you trade like 2 of these to get 1 Jeweler's Orb. And to get these, you'd have to ID a rare item and then sell it. So usually with the rare items, what you want to do is just ID the rare item and then sell it, and then you stockpile these. The magic items, you just sell the magic items, and then you stockpile these, and then you can sell these to get Scroll of Wisdom if you need it. So we found a whole bunch of things there. What we're going to be doing is looking at our skill tree here now, baby. So if you look at our skill tree, we're going to have to spend a skill point here. So we're playing as the witch, so we're in the witch skill tree. So like each of the different characters has their own section of the skill tree. So like the witch starts up here. Then the ranger starts out over here. There's like his part of the skill tree. And then here is the marauder. So here's the marauder's part of the skill tree. And then here's the Templar up here. Then the duelist is down here. And then the ranger is over here. Oh no, this is the shadow. The shadow's over here. And in the middle is the scion. So if you look at this skill tree, each of the characters has like their own section of it. You can choose to stay in their skill tree, or you can choose to venture off into the neighboring skill tree and then get some other skills over there to make all kinds of different builds here. But for this build here, we're mostly going to be sticking in this part here. So we're just going to be sticking in the witch skill tree over here. You have 2 options at the start here. You can decide if you want to make a character that does more damage by going down this left path here. So you get like increase spell damage, increase spell damage, increase spell damage, and then a whole bunch of increased spell damage, plus cast speed and intelligence. And over here, you get more cast speed if you want it. Or if you want to buy a more defensive character, you go over here. You get like plus energy shield, plus energy shield. There's more energy shield up here. Then you get even more energy shield. Start building a defensive character, go along the right-hand path, but eventually you're going to be going around both these areas anyways. It's going to be the same for the other characters too, right? Like if you look at the ranger down here, if you want to be a defensive ranger, you go here, you get evasion, then a bunch of attack speed, then you get like more evasion over here, taking this path here. And if you want to be more DPS oriented, you get all your damage up here in this section. And then we'll just look at the Templar quick here, right? You go this path here, then this will be your DPS path if you want to do more DPS. If you want to be a tank, he also has his own like tank path out here, so you get extra armor by taking this path here. So essentially what we're going to be doing is just going for a pure energy shield build, and we're going to try to get our energy shield as high as we can. Because we're trying to see if this works for like a hardcore or not. Because if you get your energy shield high, do you need armor? I don't know. Probably do. So what we're gonna be doing is just going max energy shield. We're gonna be theorizing some type of hardcore build here. If you want to, you go do spell damage if you want. Spell damage is pretty good. We're gonna go here, try to just get as much energy shield as we can to see if we can survive anything. So we'll go here. We'll get this plus 14 energy shield. This will give us plus 16 to mana over here. And our energy shield. Oh, we don't have any energy shield. Now we have 15 energy shield. Okay. And we have 16 mana here, so that's gonna help our battery gen and everything. So, regarding the bank and everything, normally, by default, you start with like 4 bank spaces, I think. And you can't rename them or anything. So you start with like 4 bank spaces, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's right. And you have the option to purchase more bank spaces if you want. So it's up to you. I don't think you need them at the beginning, maybe. But if you want to hoard a whole bunch of things and collect a whole bunch of things, you're going to need smart bank spaces. So maybe the next part, we'll go over the shop and everything. Like, we'll pause the video, we'll come back. The video might be like an hour long or something. So just for now, we'll just throw these in here. We should just sell them. But if you just started out, you might want to collect things, just throw them in the bank, right? You don't have anything in here, so you have to put something in the bank. Alright, here. Maybe we'll just end the video because it's like 30 minutes and it'll just be like over an hour or something. Maybe around like 30 minutes is good for a video. Something like 30 to 40 minutes. So we got everything set up. We got our loot filter set up here. So we got our loot filter set up. Went through how to like reset your progress if you want to. Went through like all the characters basically. How like the witch is just gonna be pure int, the ranger's dex, the marauder's strength, the other characters combined to them. We got our armor and everything. We got our inventory set up. Then in the next video, we're going to go through the shop here, and then look at the stash tabs. And if you could get these when they're on sale. I thought there was a sale. There's supposed to be a sale on stash tabs. Wonder why that is. They said there's a sale. Is it over already? So I wanted to record this weekend stash tab sale. Yeah, generally you want to get these when they're discounted. But they're not discounted for some reason. But it says they were, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll check out the next video then. It's supposed to be like a stash tab sale bundle. They kept advertising it and everything. Kept advertising it. But it can't be over already. It's just on the weekend, just for like 3 days or something. We'll go over these in the next video. There's like a whole bunch of different stash tabs you can get if you want it. And we'll tell you, we'll pretty much show you like all the different stash tabs here. Because I think that we have all of them. Except for the quad tab here. We don't have that one. We do have like all the stash tabs here. We have like 100 premium tabs here. So we do have a whole bunch of them. Plus like all these premium tabs, which you might think about buying at some point. And then maybe you can decide if it's worth it or not. So we'll see that in the next video then.